A real friend should always be interested in the well-being of their friend, even over the friendship. Their health and well-being is really what matters. And if you think about a situation, I just got an email today before I came to the studio. It was from Portugal, from a teenager who was saying that he was worried about his friend who was doing drugs. And his friend didn't think it was a problem. He said it helped him deal with what was going on at home. But the boy who wrote the letter was very worried because his friend was doing badly in school and losing friends. People were deserting him. He wanted to know, what should he do? As this boy's friend, what should he do? Now, obviously, if someone's doing drugs, their health is being compromised. And it's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. When someone is doing something dangerous, high-risk behavior, then the number one thing a friend can do is get help. You might want to talk to the friend first and say, I'm worried about you. Be honest. I'm worried about you and what you're doing. Here's why I think it's a bad idea. It's not likely that the friend is going to stop by himself, in which case you have to get an adult involved and can say, no, my friend will be mad at me if I talk to someone, if I tell an adult, if I tell the counselor, if I tell the teacher. He'll be mad at me and we won't be friends anymore. And I would say, would you rather have him be mad at you, or maybe ruin his life with drugs, or maybe drive a car while he's under the influence and hurt himself or someone else? When it comes down to someone's health and well-being, that's primary. Even if your friend gets mad at you, even if the friendship ends, your friend is more important than the friendship at that point. And that's what you need to do.
Yeah. So the challenge here is like being open is one thing where you called out in the book, in terms of like, you know, what if whatever I say hurt my friend's feelings, for example, and then how do we keep the integrity part?
If someone is treating you in a way that doesn't feel right, your own personal set of standards have to tell you, this is not right. This is not right, and if I'm going to be a friend to myself, I need to show my self-respect by speaking out and speaking up. And what can I say? I can say, what you did hurt my feelings. It embarrassed me. It made me angry. And we need to talk about it. Now, you have no control over how your friend may respond. Your friend may get really angry at you. Your friend may turn this into a feud and turn the other half of the class against you. That's a possibility. You can't control anyone else's behavior. And so that's a risk you take. But if you stay silent, then the message you send to your friend is, what you did to me is okay. Keep on doing it. I don't mind. I'm just a doormat here. And you don't want that. You're going to have to live with that. And for parents, I would say that it's really important for them to encourage their kids to speak up for themselves. Ultimately, you have to look at yourself in the mirror in the morning. And you don't want to look at a doormat and say, oh, well, yeah, they don't treat me well, but I haven't really done much to defend myself. You defend yourself every time you stand up and say, this is who I am, and this is the kind of treatment I deserve.
Okay. Now here is another question, straight from your book. It says, as one person here, one of our friends thinks this new girl is our best friend in the world. We have shown proof that this girl spreads lies, but our friend says we just haven't gotten to know her yet. How can we make sure our friend doesn't get hurt? The reason I'm bringing up here is, it's not you all the time, it's not the other person all the time, but sometimes, you know, the situation varies. So here it's somebody else, so you're a little bit hesitant on going to that person to open up because you don't know them enough.
Right. Well, if you have real proof that, as I said, the girl's spreading lies and she's not a true friend, you want to protect your friend, then you say, this is what we know about her. Be wary. Be careful. That's all you can do. How can we protect her from getting hurt? You can't. She's going to do what she's going to do. It's your responsibility as a friend to let her know what you know. And in that case, she'll make her own choice. And she might get very angry. You know the expression, kill the messenger? If you don't like what someone is saying, you blame them for the message. You just don't know her. As she said, you just don't know her. You're not being fair. But the truth is, it may be very accurate what's being reported. But once again, it's up to the person to make their own choice.
Okay. Here is another interesting question again, which you comment on the book. My best friend started hanging out with this girl who smokes. Now he is smoking every day. Whenever I talk to him about it, he gets mad and starts swearing. Other people say to let it go, but I can't. It's a very, very likely situation where you could come across these in real life.
Oh, I have those again. I put those in a category called I'm worried about a friend. I'm worried about the behavior of a friend. This is a high-risk behavior, is smoking. And this is bad. We all know that nicotine is highly addictive. It's very bad. And yet, his friend doesn't seem to be very open to hearing what he has to say. And so the person who has just made that comment is in the position that parents often are. It's like, I'm not his dad, I'm not his mom, I can't really tell him what to do, and yet my heart aches for him because I know he's going down the wrong path. It's very challenging. But once again, you only can do what you can do. What you can't do is change someone else's behavior. So tell him the truth. I'm worried about you. Smoking is bad. Here's what I know is true about people who get addicted to cigarettes. Ultimately, the friend's got to do what he's got to do. Tell the truth, and the other person then has their choices. It may be that you stop respecting a friend because of the choices they make. And when that happens, then you have a choice to make. Do I still want to be friends with this person? Their choices are so out of line with my standards. I don't know if we actually even share values anymore. And in this case, it may be time to end the friendship. That happens. We outgrow friends. It happens with adults as well. We go our separate ways. There aren't no easy answers, though.